bears, hedgehogs, bandicoots, plumber man. These are just some of the creatures used for mascots for respective brands and or consoles. But we forget that there was another, the most majestic beast ever.
Earthworms.
An earthworm in a super spacesuit is a concept only the 90s could abide. Add a gun and a rocket to the mix and you've got yourself a fine substitute for the latest hallucinogenic drugs, and also a game on the Sega called Earthworm Jim. As you can probably tell by the concept of a talking earthworm who shoots things, the game focuses on a surrealist art style and level design. Look, a level full of tyres. Fucking crazy. The animation is fluid and surprisingly detailed. I especially like the effect of the gun lighting when Jim is shooting at an enemy. Speaking of twats, in the first level, the first thing you'll encounter is this crow. I hate this thing. It's so awkward to hit and it follows you around no matter what. This is especially annoying when you get a super blasty gun blasty and want to save it for an actual enemy, but because your secondary weapon is a whip attack with Jim's face that you can only use forward and up, I mean seriously, Simon Belmont is over here like this. You're embarrassing yourself, you stupid worm. So you can't hit the bastard, which means you have to waste your special bullets, but because this crow is so fast and awkward to hit, and your new weapon has more of a straightforward blast, you end up missing anyway. Why? You'll then encounter your first boss in this level, and honestly, for a first boss, it's way too hard. Not my cup of tea, to be honest. He just won't die. He does this thing where he stomps his feet and things fall on your head. And the idea is that you have to dodge them, but while you're shooting him, there's like a 2-second animation that needs to finish before you move. And you need to do a certain amount of damage on him before he stops. So you can't just wait out the phase. No wonder you've got a bin for a body, because you're bloody rubbish, mate. The level design is original, and for that it deserves credit, but it seems kind of directionless. It feels like just a bunch of random shit everywhere, that if you jump around a lot, you'll eventually end up where you need to go. The second level is hell. I mean, the level is actually hell, but also hell. Hell. In truth, it's actually called heck, because we can't upset the children with words like that. This is a family-friendly kids game.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So in this level, you'll be running around and you hit a slide that forces you to go faster now.
For fuck's sake.
Ultimately, this game just suffers from being outdated. The style of the whole thing holds up relatively well, and if it didn't, there's actually a HD remake of, well, I mean, it doesn't exactly exist anymore, but it's good, isn't it? But the game doesn't, well, it doesn't actually play well. The in-between stuff is pretty fun. There's a rocket level where you race your arch nemesis, who is an evil crow called Psy-Crow.
I don't get it.
And then there's this fun bungee level where you have to charge this thing's face into a wall. I always enjoy variety in platformers, as constant side-scrolling can be a bit much sometimes, especially when it's not particularly good. In fact, almost exclusively when it's not good, so adding things to spice it up really help. Not this! In this particular level, you have to whip this happy-go-lucky dog to make him jump through a series of awkward platforms. If he falls, steroids happen. It goes on way too long. I don't like it. There's also a level in the dark where you can see Jim's ammo pouch.
It looks like balls!
After all this, you beat the game and apparently you were saving a princess? I mean, I should have guessed really. The missing princess epidemic was definitely in full force back then. And although this is definitely a parody of saving the princess in games, I mean, her name is Princess What's-Her-Name, for fuck's sake, you're still saving a princess in a game. You can say you're doing it ironically, but at the end of the day, you're still doing it.
But Jim's been through a lot, so it's nice that he finally gets... Next.
Following the success of the first game, you're bound to get yourself a sequel. And oh, it's a thing of beauty! I'll just say right now, this game is so much better than the first, and not just because I played this as a kid. The animation is so much better. Jim's idle jogging on the spot. Just look at this. They managed to fill it with so much more character. It's look at him go. He's jogging. Look, it's so cute. Oh, look at him go. It also manages to get even weirder, and there's certainly an argument to be made that this risks the game coming across as something that screams, "Look how random I am! You can carry some pigs and dodge grannies on a mobility chair whilst bagpipes play. I'm so weird and random." If it was a little bit rougher around the edges, I would totally get that this would be shit. You've got a bigger variety of weapons like this. It's a homing missile and it shoots a house.
Like it's a homing. It might be shit.
Okay, so here's the problem I'm having with this. I play games and I watch things and point out the weirder parts and try and react to them in a funny way. But Earthworm Jim knows what it's doing, so I can't just be like, oh, can you believe this has happened?
Did he just eat a little man out of his pocket? Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did do that. Good. I'm glad. I'm fucking glad.
In the first game, you had 2 bosses in the first level, and they were mostly standard bosses with little to no gimmick. In this one, you put some pigs on a weight scale and eat a fish. Done. The second level takes you to this, I don't know, dirt place, and I really like it. You have a zap gun and you essentially just blast your way through the dirt, but some places you can't reach, so you actually need to shoot the dirt from the ceiling so it falls down and makes your position higher. I remember hating this level as a kid, because you have a time limit, and I thought it was stressful. You have to make your way through what looks like this completely open level of dirt. But in actual fact, it's a carefully designed maze that smartly guides you up to the end of the level. There's flames that block your path that you need to put out by shooting the dirt down, and ant nests that attack you, so you need to bury them by shooting the dirt down, while you traverse upwards by shooting the dirt down. I gave it a 1 out of 10. Remember our happy-go-lucky steroid roid dog? Well, he's back, but rather than assisting him in a platform section,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
just look at this! It's so wrong! Oh, please, catch the dogs. Oh no, oh my god, he's gonna kill me. Please, 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 no, I'm sorry, please! When they drop, they smash like eggs. It's fucking weird. You need to bounce what I hope are just dog-shaped eggs to Pete. Eventually a bomb gets thrown in the mix and you can move on after 5 rounds. This is not the only time you have to do this. Please, kill me. The good thing about this level is you know that this is the highest level of weird we're going to get, so from now on there won't be any more surprise that I'm a salamander. I want to hate it. I really do. It's too random, right? It makes no logical sense other than being ridiculous. I mean, you can almost see the devs in the room coming up with this stupid shit to do whilst passing the joint around. But the use of Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata and the weird floppy hands, there's so much from this game that has stuck with me. Some may call it trauma, but I'm pretty sure it's nostalgia.
Nostalgia is the one that keeps you up at night with nightmares, right? Is that the one? It's not. I thought it was.
But then you're on a game show, and then you play the repeat after me game, and then you're not a salamander anymore. Who cares? Go to bed.
Well done.
I don't think you could even call this a platformer. It's just a mishmash of madness. The level after the salamander is a level I also hated as a kid, but unlike the dirt level, which I have grown to enjoy, no. Just no. This level is truly terrible. I mean, you have this weird isometric view, and it's at a weird angle, so your movements are not quite what you want, and you need to slowly edge this bomb through the place, but you have these fucking annoying things that shoot people, yes, people, with such precision, it's bollocks. And there are these weird UFO things that you need to shoot, but half the time the bomb is in front of you, so... But then the level doesn't end when you blow the bomb up, so you have to make your way all the way back to the beginning to get it back. It's just obnoxious and inconvenient. And if that hasn't given you a stroke yet, don't venture off to the side too much, otherwise you're going to get blasted to the end of the level without the bomb. I suppose the trick is to use this to your advantage and take the bomb with you, but with the angle you're at and the thing just does what it likes, I hate it. 10 out of 10. Then look, you're a horrifying balloon monster. This is the level. This is the level you play. You're a balloon monster. Look at his fucking face.
It's almost too much. I mean, how am I meant to point at this and do my job and be like, that's a kooky thing, this is stupid, look at that weird thing, this is too much.
Look, dangling egg dogs. Oh, you're in a land of newspapers with demon drawers. Interesting, cow flowers. No, not good enough. How about exploding cow flowers? What, you don't like it? You don't appreciate the nuance of comedy when it comes to the floral cattle? That is also bomb. You don't like being chased by salt and pepper through a land of bacon and eggs? Racing a crow to find a princess who looks like a bee and doesn't have a name? Then you're all cows? At the end, it just turns out you're all cows. You don't like that? What the fuck is wrong with you? This is sophisticated comedy. All day, every day. Jim the Worm in a suit of space.
Do I recommend Earthworm Jim? No. But if you've got nothing else to do and you want to go back for 5 minutes and look at a weird game that tried something weird and almost started a franchise before it just took it into the ground, then you should probably give it a go. Or you could play literally anything else. But in the meantime, here's a very happy dog. Look at him. Look how happy he is. Just skipping along, not knowing how angry he is. He's gonna fall down into the hole and just be really, really angry and kill everyone. That's good, isn't it? Anyway, stop watching that and watch some of my things instead.